Hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is Badr Rashid. I'm a program director in Saudi Aramco. I'm the president of PMI KSA chapter. Today, I will explain to you a journey we just started, and soon to be ended within few years from now. With that, which is digital transformation. Why digital transformation? Is it something cool to have? Is it something that we need to adapt because it's good to have? No. Digital transformation is distinguishing between the staying companies and organization or the company is going to be vanished within a few years from now. So it's a survival journey for all those organizations to survive, whether in oil, gas industry or any industries to begin with. And that digital transformation become imminent with the COVID-19, which is giving us a testimony that all global businesses and supply chains and companies, organizations are prepared for such challenge, have created good opportunities in adapting these technologies and digitization, mitigating all arising limitations fluctuating from the COVID-19. Leading companies all over the world has been prepared for such a challenge. And in fact, in 2019, companies went through the restructuring and creating digital transformation office with the C-suite in those organizations, such as Saudi Aramco and others. The main objective is to shift and transform the businesses into use of digital technologies, including approaches, support project management, and establishing industry revolution centers, like the one I've seen in these photos. Such capitalizing on robotics services, augmented virtual realities, drive to change and expansion of adapting these technologies to serve as a project needs. To bring focus, the company has put this into institution, putting the organizations for digital transformation and processes for this digital transformation. You could adapt, you could search actually a lot of technology and transformations on the industry. The more important thing is to equip and educate your work staff to be able to take that journey of transformation to the next level. We have created several clusters to focus on ensuring the higher maturity level. So whether in project management portfolio, smart management, knowledge management, smart workforce planning, which I will dig deep in details on it, or autonomous project updates, where you could see the update of the project all over the world while you are sitting in your centers. We have adapted an examples of EPM, which is in short of Enterprise Project Management Solutions. Those centers, or EPM, is managing more than 30,000 processes within project management into one portfolio, into one digital solutions. And that solutions could be accessible through your mobile, your iPad, your computer, what have you. But also, we have created an EPM center, physical center, where we have the rest of the PMOs sitting on those centers, as you can see in those photos here, while they could see and monitor in real time all the progress, issues, and could see even physically the photos of the progress of the site in real time. Smart knowledge management, we're mostly capitalizing in the cloud concept and establishing agreement with leading providers to have localized cloud services for security and for establishing and supporting the local entities, and adoption of e-services courses that's supported as earlier. We have every single operation that we have either in our servers or in the cloud drives. We have e-cabinet to manage all of our document management and the e-learnings. Yet, during the pandemic, we could not have such meetings on courses or what have you, physical, but that's never stopped us from learning because we have a very powerful e-learning systems that everybody, when I mean everybody, more than 60 to 70,000 of our employees utilizing the e-learning systems. We have established a smart workforce planning. The project life cycle, especially during the pandemic, is very cyclic. And in order to adapt to the challenges and the risk that we have established a smart workforce planning where you can put all the projects into those portfolio and automatically manage and inform you smartly whether you have excess manpower on that project, you could allocate to that future project that you can come in the future. And it could also tell you what is the requirement for recruitment in the coming 10 years, 3 years, and what have you. Field mobility is essential in our business. And we have adopted similar or several technologies like the dynamics reports, the pipe tracking system tracking, and the drones. And we have utilized drones in several occasions, whether for inspection of those facilities, or whether for progress monitoring, or even for safety, when it happened, when we want to inspect flare, for example, flare stacks and what have you. We also adapted for digital twin. The digital twin is really something that we just adapted in our portfolio, and it's really giving us an insight of how you integrate all the data from the planning stage of the facility and hand it over for operation as well. As I said, we have adapted to the 5D, so it's not only the 3D, we added the cost and the schedule to it, and that is integrated into the BIM model, Building Information System, that integrate all the data from the planning, procurement, constructions, and pre-commissioning, and we give that the BIM model to the operation to have that model for their maintenance and operation of those facilities. We have an augmented realities, like the digital helmet, where during the pandemic we could not even travel to anywhere in the world, and we have supply chain all over the countries. So we have adapted the digital helmets where we could inspect and see the progress of our material and equipment all over the place while we are sitting in the headquarters. And that saves us in terms of money and cost, but also, most importantly, enhance our safety. We are marching in autonomous project updates, where we are utilizing either the fixed cameras that installed in our facilities, where they utilize the drones, as I said to you, or we have the wheeled reports, where those reports are moving around the facilities and monitoring and taking capture of the progress, photos and what have you, around the clock. We have moved also to descriptive diagnostic analysis of our facilities, whether to detect clashes of facilities, either underground in the sea or above the sea, where we have issued electronic work permit, where the workforce of any site, they could go, they could fill the format of the digital solution of work permit, they take photos of the work they want to do, and the work permit issuer in the control centers, they could see, he could manage all the checklists, and he could issue to them in real time the work permits for them to commence the work. And he could come later on to inspect the facilities as we go. Also, we had one of the problems that we see in the underground cables on the Gulf Sea. It causes a lot of fortunes, really, to send either ROVs or divers, which is really a risk hazard, to monitor the temperature or the pressure of the either cables or pipes. And we have managed to adapt solutions to monitor those cables' temperature and pressures in real time without even utilizing divers. We have integrated the 3D digital asset solutions through either 3D scanning of our existing facilities or the scanning of the future facilities that we're going to establish, and we integrate the 3D model for the future facilities and the existing facilities together. And that helped us on either to inspect interfaces clashes or for inspection purposes. We have integrated risk management in all of our processes, especially on the fabrications of our facilities, whether it is unmovable or non-movable, and we have integrated them all into one enterprise risk management platform across the corporate. We have also installed remotely controlled vehicles, whether inside the tanks, where previously there is a hazard to inspect the tanks because of hydrocarbon or confined spaces. We have actually adapted to robotics to go inside the tank, inspect the tanks, or clean them as well, even without human intervention inside the tanks. And that in addition to the ROVs that we established for underground facilities in the water. We have automated the welding processes, for example, supply chain, and all the processes, we integrate them with the project management supply chain as well. And all of that through one process. We have enabled building the infrastructure technical capabilities. So you have to invest, you have to have the risk, and the guts really to invest in those technologies and digital solutions, even if you fail. And by the way, we have a high tolerance of failure in technologies and digital solutions. Because if you don't have the risk tolerance, you are not going to be really good in the technologies. And you have transformed. As I said, we have actually established an office, an executive office for digital transformation office to look to all the processes we have in the company and integrate them into digital transformation. And we have invested, whether in local opportunities or local or international technologies to adapt to those digital transformations. And that for a result. You cannot do all of this just for the looks of it. You have to maximize the impact, and you have to maximize the value out of those technology. Thank you so much.